Moving on to page number 118. Separating a soluble solid from water. If you were to filter salt solution, both the salt and water will pass through the filter paper. The salt and water will not be separated. One way to separate the salt and water is to get rid of the water by heating the salt solution. When heated, the water will evaporate, but the salt will not. Alternatively, a small amount of solution in an evaporating dish can be left in a warm place for the water to evaporate. The solid will be left behind after the water has evaporated. So now, before this, we read that how we can separate an insoluble solid. It means which do not dissolve in water, how we can separate it. We can separate an insoluble solid from water through filtration process, or we can use sieve for tea leaves to separate tea leaves from tea. But if we have to separate a soluble solid from water, so we have one process which is called evaporation. Evaporation is the process in which we boil the water, or we boil the mixture in which there is a soluble solid with water. If we boil the water or evaporate the water for a long time, so the water will evaporate and the soluble solid, for example salt or sugar, which we dissolved in the water, will be left on the dish or on any utensil which you use. For example, you can see in figure 6.5 that there's a tripod stand along with Bunsen burner, and on the wise gauze they have kept a evaporating dish with salt solution. It means with salt solution means water and salt is present in this solution. So after boiling or after evaporating, the salt will be remain on the evaporating dish and water will evaporate or will be disappear into the air. So up till here we have learned how to separate an insoluble solid from water, and right now we have discussed how to separate a soluble solid from water. Moving on to page number 119. Some salt solution in a beaker is heated as shown below. As you can see another picture. So how can we see this procedure? After some time, droplets of water are observed at the bottom of which glass or watch glass. Do you think water droplets taste salty? Why? The water in the salt solution evaporates to become water vapor when heated. The water vapor rises up the beaker upon touching the bottom of the water glass. The water vapor cools, condenses, and changes into water droplets. Since only the water evaporates and condenses, the water droplets do not taste salty. As you can see in the picture, if we heat or if we boil the salt solution, in which salt is present there and water. So, and we have placed water watch glass with it, which means while heating or while boiling the salt solution, what will happen? The salt solution, when water will be evaporating, it will be touching the water droplets will be touching the watch glass. When the gas is touching the watch glass, it will be converting it into the water droplets, and these water droplets will be not be salty, as they are just the droplets of water, not the salt. Okay, moving on to, so we have read that evaporation can be used to separate a soluble solid such as common salt from water. Page number 120. Investigating how solids can dissolve more quickly in water. That now we'll study that how we can investigate that solids can dissolve more quickly, not slowly. How they'll quickly, they'll fastly be dissolving in water. If you want to dissolve some sugar cubes as quickly as possible in a glass of water, what would you do? I'll stir the sugar cubes into the water as quickly as I can. Okay. Someone is asking if we want to dissolve some sugar cubes as fast as possible in a glass of water. So, what will be the steps? How can we quickly dissolve them in water? So, a girl is saying, I'll mix the sugar cubes into the water as quickly as I can. It means she'll just stir as quickly as she can. And the boy is saying, I'll break the sugar cubes into smaller pieces first. He's saying, before stirring the sugar with water, he'll break the sugar cubes into smaller and smaller pieces first. Well, let's investigate and find out. Their teacher is saying, okay, let's check that are you guys saying correct or not. So, I think I'll use hot water instead of cold water. So, a boy is saying that I'll use hot water instead of cold water. So, their teacher is saying, let's investigate. Moving on to page number 121. Rate of stirring. There are three factors in which we can dissolve the soluble solid as quickly as we can. First of all, rate of stirring. The faster the solution, the water is stirred, the faster the solid dissolves. If we have the ability to stir the solution of water, or water is stirred, we have to quickly stir. We have to stir the mixture quickly. If the rate of stirring is faster, then the solid will dissolve quickly. Number second, surface area of the solid. The greater the total surface area of the solid, the faster it dissolves. This is why fine sugar crystals dissolve faster in water than a large piece of rock sugar. So they are saying if we are taking the example of a sugar, and it is in crystal form. It is not in the sugar cubes. If it is in crystal form, then the sugar will dissolve as quick as it can, as compared to the sugar cubes. Number third, temperature of the solution or water. The hotter the solution or water, the faster the solid dissolves. It means that the temperature of a solution, of a liquid, if we are taking the water, so its temperature should be hot, because if it will be cold, then it will take a lot of time to get dissolved in the water. So the hotter the solution or water, the faster the solid dissolves.